Hello. Hi, how are you? I thought I was gonna be okay with this hair, but it's making me a little bit crazy. We're gonna be all right. I might grab a hat if I need to. Anyways, I am so excited to be back in here doing Facebook Lives. These are going to be weekly. Tuesday at 2 p.m. I will be in here doing a Facebook Live on a particular topic. I will probably add in Thursdays as well. I haven't figured out my Thursday schedules yet or what that's going to look like. I will probably add Thursday because why the heck not, right? I want to help you. I want to be in here. I love being in here. I love having conversations with you. This is so fun for me. So Tuesdays at 2 p.m. for sure. Thursdays probably at 2 p.m. as well. I just have not finalized that part. But anyways, today, we are going to talk about whether or not you can actually change your life in 30 minutes a day. So I kind of want to give you the preface as to how this came upon itself today. So I wanted to go for a run this morning. Really wanted to go for a run. I was excited to get up and go for a run, but I started a new morning routine where I'm doing this 21-day consciousness cleanse with Debbie Ford. And it's an excellent book, really love it. A lot of things have come up for me through it, but part of what she recommends is starting the day with 30 minutes, right? So I get up at 5:30. I spend a half hour doing some personal things. It's not always a half hour, but I have a routine in the morning. And so about 6 o'clock is when I sit down to read this book. And it's about a half hour practice. And I will typically then work out, but that puts me right at 7 o'clock when I have to get my kids up. And so I was really dragging my feet today about working out. And I looked at my watch and it was 6:40 and I was like, all right, I've got 20 minutes. Let me get 20 minutes of yoga in because that's better than nothing. And so I started to do my yoga practice, and 10 minutes into my yoga practice, my kids are awake and like having meltdowns. I was like, oh shoot, this just isn't gonna happen today. Okay, fine, call it quits. I'll get the kids to school and then I'll do something when I get home. Right, so I get all the kids out the door, not worried about it. We get off to school, we're actually early to school today. And when I get home, I said, you know what? I really wanna go for a 5-mile run. And the thought of running for 45 minutes this morning was just so daunting. So daunting. Like, I did not want to run for 45 minutes this morning. I don't know why, but I really just, no part of me wanted to run for 45 minutes. I wanted to go for a run, but I didn't want to go for 45 minutes. And so I thought to myself, you know what? I'll just do a half hour. I'll go run for 30 minutes. That'll be great. That'll be fine. That'll get me moving. That'll give me some clarity, all the things. And I had decided I was going to run for 30 minutes, and immediately my mind started to tell me that 30 minutes wasn't long enough. 30 minutes wasn't long enough. You're not going to even get 4 miles in 30 minutes. What are you, crazy? You can't do anything in 30 minutes. And I quickly quieted the voice and I was like, listen, we're just going to do 30 minutes and we'll see what happens. Okay. So I get my shoes on, I get ready to go. I'm excited for a 30-minute run. Feels super spacious to me for some reason. I say some reason, but really it's because I've been doing a crap ton of triathlon training really since March, and working out for like a minimum of 60 minutes. Like a 60-minute workout is usually a short one when I'm doing my triathlon training. And so the idea of just running for 30 minutes just felt so freeing. I was like, oh, I can't wait. I'm gonna run for 30 minutes, right? So I'm on my run for 30 minutes. And as I'm running, I'm thinking to myself, 30 minutes? What could you do with 30 minutes, right? And all of these things, all these ideas started to flood to me of all of the things that I've been able to accomplish, I've achieved, I've done, I've created in legitimately 30-minute pockets of time. And 30 minutes for whatever reason, just doesn't feel as daunting as 45 or as 60, right? Like, you can do anything in 30 minutes. There's a lot of things that you can do in 30 minutes. And I know that some people may be thinking, okay, 30 minutes is really not a lot of time to do anything. Like, I spent whatever amount of time just trying to make myself lunch today, okay? Here's the caveat. 30 minutes of focused time is incredibly powerful. Focused time, okay? Now, this means you sit down and you do one thing, or you commit to doing one thing, only one thing for that 30 minutes. That's it. You can't do anything else. You can't say that you're taking a bath and then you get on Facebook. You can't say that you're going for a run and then I guess you could listen to podcasts or music, whatever it is you want to listen to. But you can't sit down at your computer and say you're going to work on your business and then you Facebook scroll. You can't sit down and say, I'm going to talk to my husband for 30 minutes and then the two of you are bored in 5 minutes and you're both on your phones. Okay? It has to be focused energy on just that one thing. When you have 30 minutes of focused energy, holy crap, there is legitimately nothing that you can't accomplish. Okay? To put this in perspective, my girlfriend challenged me at the beginning of the year, or the end of last year, to do a read the Bible in a year challenge. And I immediately was like, I don't want to do it, right? But I had always had this desire to read the full Bible. I don't know why. I wanted to read the whole thing, right? But I could never get through it like page by page. Like, once you hit kind of the genealogy, you're like, oh my God, my eyes are glazing over. I can't do this, right? Well, there is this Bible plan where they give you different excerpts each day, okay? And I've done it every day this year. We're up to day 230 something right now. I have almost read the whole Bible this year in just 30 minutes a day. That's a big book, right? That's a big book, okay? The other thing that I've started to incorporate, I'm learning French with this app called Duolingo. If you don't have it, I would get it. It's so fun. It makes learning a foreign language really fun. And so I am starting to learn French. I'm at a basic level, almost intermediate. I can read way more than I can listen. I'm definitely a visual learner in that, but I'm learning French. I also decided that I was going to learn how to play the piano this year. Now, I haven't been as diligent with that, so I'm really a very, very beginner because I got bored with it, quite frankly. I was like, I don't want to do it anymore. But I am reigniting that, okay? The other thing here, right? When I started my first brand, Overjoyed Moms, I didn't have 8, 10, 12 hours a day to grow that business. I legitimately grew it in pockets of my day. Legitimately, it was 15 minutes at bare minimum that I could scrap together to do something to grow that business, to move the momentum, to move the needle forward. And it took me about 16 months-ish, give or take, to hit a 10K month. It didn't take that long. Really, it wasn't a lot of time. It was a lot of time, but it wasn't a lot of time, right? And because here's the thing. We sit down and think 30 minutes isn't going to change anything. It's only 30 minutes, right? Like, what is that going to do? But when you compile 30 minutes a day, 7 days a week, over a month, okay, you have about 15 hours of something. 15 hours is a lot of time to do something. But we get stuck in this idea that 30 minutes isn't a lot of time. And it's not a lot of time if you're trying to do 75 different things in 30 minutes. But if you are focused on one simple thing, oh, it's raining outside. If you are focused on one simple thing for 30 minutes, you can absolutely change your life. I was just listening to a colleague's podcast the other day, and she had challenged herself earlier in the year to exercise for 30 minutes a day. And she made it whatever time of the day she wanted based off of her personality. And she ended up being able to lose 30 pounds. I think she lost 30 pounds in 6 months. I think she did 90 days and then another 90 days. And she ended up, I forget if she lost 30 pounds in the first 90 days or if it was total, but she lost 30 pounds with just 30 minutes a day. But here's the thing, and this is kind of the fun part, right? This is the part that nobody really thinks about. When you do something like that for just 30 minutes a day, it absolutely impacts the rest of your life. Because she said, you know what? I'm committing to just this one thing for 30 minutes a day. And then what she did was it trickled down into other areas. So when I say I'm going to spend 30 minutes a day reading a book or 30 minutes a day writing a book, my goal for this school year, I work in school years because I'm a mom of 4, right? My goal for this school year is to write a book. Starting next week, starting September. I'm giving myself September because I wanted to acclimate to school routine first, figure out what my schedule is going to be before I decided to do that. So I'm giving myself the acclimation, but I'm going to spend 30 minutes a day putting together a book, writing it, pulling it from things. I already have the concept in mind. I just have to put the information together. So that is really exciting to me, and it's totally doable. 30 minutes a day, super easy to do. Super easy to do. If you are making excuses for 30 minutes a day, you need to check and see if it's actually something you want. You might not want it, and that's okay. There might be an underlying belief there that's like, you can't change anything in 30 minutes a day. That one, we're gonna have to kick out, right? We're gonna have to pull that weed out by the roots. But 30 minutes a day, it compounds. You can do anything in 30 minutes a day. Anything, you can begin to create anything in 30 minutes a day. The problem lies in the fact of our impatience. Because we think, well, if 30 minutes is going to have this kind of an impact, then I should do 4 hours. And then we try to commit to doing something for 4 hours a day, and we fail because 4 hours a day doesn't fit in with our lifestyle or our work or anything else, and then we get frustrated and we stop trying. We stop doing the thing because we thought, okay, 30 minutes is okay, but I'm gonna go all in. I'm gonna do 4 hours. No. Okay, 30 minutes a day. This was actually the same kind of methodology was what I used to complete my dissertation. I did my Ph.D. I finished my coursework when I was 36 weeks pregnant with baby number 3. And then I successfully defended my dissertation when I was 36 weeks pregnant with baby number 4. And so I had a newborn when I went into the dissertation process. If you're unfamiliar with that, basically I wrote a book. It took me about 2 years to write this book, but it was in pockets of my day. It was an hour a day, Monday through Friday. That's what I committed to because that's the capacity that I had at the time. And I got it done, and I got it done a lot faster than the people that said, no, I'm gonna do 4 hours a day after I get out of work, right? Whatever it was, right? That's not realistic, and that's exhausting, right? Like, nobody really wants to do that, okay? Especially, just don't, right? But 30 minutes a day, you can change your entire life in 30 minutes a day if you trust the process and you're intentional with that 30 minutes, okay? So what will happen is we'll say, okay, I'm gonna do 30 minutes. And then if we miss a day, we beat ourselves up and then we don't get back into it the next day. Life's gonna happen sometimes. Sometimes your day is gonna be so swamped that you can't actually find the 30 minutes. Find 5. Find 10. Do it right before you go to bed. Do it first thing in the morning. This is why I work out first thing in the morning, because I will make excuses the rest of the day. Doesn't matter. I love my runs. I love going on a bike ride. I love my swims. I love all of the things, but I am just as good at making excuses as the next person. And I will make an excuse. I don't need to do it today. I'll just eat healthy instead. It'll be fine. But I really love my runs. It gives me a chance to move my body, to move the energy, to get the stuck energy out, to connect with God, to have a conversation, to gain clarity. I love my runs. I really do. They make me feel great, right? It's like that, the Legally Blonde, right? Happy people just don't kill themselves, right? Endorphins make you happy, and happy people just don't kill their husbands. Right? Love that quote. Love that quote. Anyways, so what I want to challenge you is, if the new year started off and you said, I'm going to do X, and you still haven't achieved X, I want you to message me. Let me know what X is. And I'm going to make a plan for you. I will walk you through creating this plan to achieve X in a way that is simple and works and doesn't overwhelm you, because the truth is, we don't need anything else to overwhelm us. If you're a mom like me, there are plenty of things that are overwhelming, and I'm going to make it fun and enjoyable because, shoot, I still am the overjoyed mom. Things got to be fun. If they're not fun, I ain't doing it, right? So I'm sending you so much love. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you found any value in this whatsoever, please invite people into our Facebook group. I want this group to grow, and I want to be able to continue to do this and add value to all of you. So I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. And as always, be big, be bold, and be opulent. Bye, love.